Welcome to another Fast Tips video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, we're going to learn how to determine the busiest times of the day based on your order dates, if they include times, using the hour, minute, and second functions in Microsoft Access. Okay, so yesterday in my date value video, I showed you how you can use the date value function to peel off just the date part of an order date. If you are doing calculations where you want to see orders between two dates, for example, you don't want that time on there. And if you want to learn more about that, go watch this video. This, of course, assumes you're using the now function or typing in the time portion as well when you're collecting order information. I want to know what time of the day an order comes in, because then we can use that to determine what the busiest times of the day are. And that's what we're going to do in this video. Now, this might not be that important for an internet business because I've got customers all around the planet, so I've got weird busy times based on different time zones. But if you have a retail establishment, you might want to know, hey, we get most of our sales between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., so you can ramp up your staffing accordingly. So this is very useful information for a lot of different types of businesses. Now, if you haven't yet watched my year, month, day video, go watch this first. All right, the hour, minute, and second functions are almost identical to year, month, and day. They just give you different bits of information. But go watch this. I explain a lot of stuff in this video if you haven't used these functions before. And also go watch my aggregate query video, because in this video I teach you how to group stuff together. We want to group together all of the orders that fall in the 4 o'clock hour, for example, and count them up. And to do that, we'll use an aggregate query. So go watch this first too. These are free videos on my website, on my YouTube channel. Go watch them and then come on back. You'll find links down below you can click on. Okay, here I am once again on my Tech Help free template. This is a free database. You can grab a copy off my website if you want to. And I've got my order table here that's got a bunch of order dates in it. Now, my order date also has the time in there. Okay, and for those of you who don't know, if in your table you want to get that information, right now I'm using just the date function, but if you use now in here instead of date, it'll get the date and time that the order is placed. So if I come in here now, notice the default value now has exactly today's date and time, November 1st at about 5:18 p.m. Okay? And again, for order dates and contact dates and customer sense dates and all that stuff, I usually track a time if possible, because sometimes that information is useful, sometimes it's not. And if you determine later on that you don't need it or don't want it, you can always chop that off with the date value function, which is what I showed you in yesterday's video. Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, right? Okay, so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at this guy and we're going to chop off just the hour. We're going to say what hours of the day are the busiest. The 4 o'clock hour, the 5 o'clock hour, and so on. In other words, during what hour of the day do most of my orders come in? And it doesn't depend at all on the date. You just care about the time, the hour. In fact, I was going to use the time value function to do this, but I'm going to save that for another video, because I realized as I was putting this together, all we really need is the hour function, which is much, much simpler. So let me show you how this works. Let's go and create a query. Create query design. Going to bring in that hour T. Close that. And let's bring in the order date. And then right here, we're going to put a calculated field, and we're going to figure out what that hour is from the order date. So it's going to be here. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Shift F2. We'll call it H, that's my hour, is going to be the hour of order date. That's it. That's all you got to do. And that will give us what hour of the day that order date falls in. And if I run that now, there you go. Yes, it's 24-hour time. For most mathematical calculations and stuff like this, you want the 24-hour time, because you can always convert it back to something else like 5 p.m. later if you want to for your reporting. But for your calculations, trust me, stick with the 24-hour time format. Now, let's save this. I'm going to save this as my order hour queue. It's easiest to do this stuff if you break it up into multiple steps, multiple queries. I see a lot of people trying to jam all this stuff into one query and they have problems. No, just get one piece of information at a time. Then later on, if you want to, you can go back and minimize or reduce the number of queries that you have. But to get it working, just use multiple queries. It's easier. Okay, so let's close that guy. Let's create another query. And let's bring in the results from that one. Order hour queue. Now, I don't want the order date. Don't care about it anymore. Don't need it. All I care about is that hour field. Bring that in, hit run. There you go. And what I essentially want to do is count these guys up. How many 17s are there? How many 21s are there? How many 16s are there? That's 4 p.m. I can see just by looking at it, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 16s in there. That's probably our winner. So we'll use an aggregate query to do this. So if I'll turn on totals here, and I'll have group by, okay, and then run. That groups them all together, so you have only unique values there. But now in the next column, I want to see a count of that same value. So I'm going to bring in the h again and change the function here to count. That'll give me a count of them. This tells me what the grouping is, and this one will tell me what that count is. And then run. And there you go. And then you can see right there, I got 4 16s, 2 15s, and a bunch of 1s. And if you want to sort this, you can sort this based on this column as well, sort descending. That'll give you the most popular ones up top. And you can see right there, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, or 4 o'clock and 3 o'clock are my most popular times. And let's save that as work hour total queue, like that. Now, what if you want to see the minutes and the seconds on here? Well, design view, same thing, right? The minute function, we'll make that M. Actually, I'm going to make it N, because in Access, M is month if you're looking at the format function, right? And this confuses a lot of people. M is for month, N, as in Nancy, is for minute. So we'll make that the minute of order date. And then S is going to be the second of order date. And that properly pulls that thing all apart into its parts. So if you change one of these guys to like, and 5 seconds, there you can see a 5 over there, right? Hours, minutes, seconds. And of course, if you have these components, you can reassemble a date time with the date serial function and time serial function, but that's a whole different video. Now, what if you want to break this down? So instead of just whole hours, you want to see hours and minutes in 15-minute intervals. Like I want to know that 4 o'clock to 4:15 is a busy time. Maybe something like this, right? Where we break up the minutes into 15-minute intervals, and then we assemble that back into a time. And then we can use that time for our aggregate. Well, I'll show you this in the extended cut. What did you say? Extended cut for a fast tips video? Yeah, this is my first one. I've never done an extended cut for a fast tips video. Usually I just do the extended cuts for the tech help videos, but these are my videos. I can do whatever I want. So if you want to learn how to do this in 15-minute intervals, check out the extended cut for the members. Remember, silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut videos. There's hundreds of them for these and my tech help videos. So check them out. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and click on the bell icon to select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Make sure you click the Show More link down below the video to find additional resources and links. You'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted, so if you'd like to get an email every time I post a video, click on the link to join my mailing list. Even if you don't want to become a member, feel free to donate to my tip jar. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got puppies to feed. How do you become a member? Click on the Join button below the video. After you click the Join button, you'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks. Silver members and up will get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, one free beginner class each month, and more. Gold members get access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos, plus my code vault, where I keep tons of different functions that I use. You'll also get a higher priority if you decide to submit any tech help questions to me, and you'll get one free expert class each month after you finish the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks, plus even higher priority for tech help questions, access to all of my full beginner courses for every subject, and one free developer class each month after you finish the expert classes. These are the full-length courses found on my website, not just for Access too. I also teach Word, Excel, Visual Basic, and lots more. You can now become a Diamond sponsor and have your name or company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown in each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. But don't worry, These free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access. It's over 4 hours long, and I just updated it for 2021. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below that you can click on. And also, if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. Yep, that's all, $1, and it's free for all members of my YouTube channel at any level, even supporters. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my tech help page on my website. You can send me your question there. While you're on my site, feel free to stop by the Access Forum. Lots of good conversations happening there. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course, YouTube. Once again, my name is Richard Ross. Thank you for watching this tech help video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something today. I'll see you again soon.